Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our live stream today. My name is Kim, and I'm very excited to start this live stream about the Beatles together with Beatle fan Chloe. We will talk about lots of things, such as Abbey Road, the studio, and the album covers, and much more. There'll be, of course, time to have questions and comments. All you need to do is ask them in the comments section. If you do, I will ask them for you to Chloe. I will share a few more details before we start. If you're watching this from withlocals.tv, you can sign up with your email. In the box below the chat, you can get notified every time we go live. And definitely give us a little like by clicking the heart below the video. You can definitely try and click it right now. If you're watching this on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if you like what Chloe is telling you, you can even donate some money. This can be done on withlocals.tv or on withlocals.live. On withlocals.tv, you can find a pink button, and everything you donate goes 100% to our host. So for now, I will throw in a little poll to have you answer. Are you ready to hear all about the Beatles? Let me know. And for now, we go on to the highlight of this show. Chloe, how are you doing?
Hi, thank you very much. I'm very excited.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
So you're a big Beatles fan. How long have you been a fan?
Actually, from childhood, I would say, because my parents used to listen a lot Beatles at home. So yeah, and I grew up listening to Beatles.
All right. So what do you think is so great about the Beatles as a band, as boys as well?
They have emerged from a small city like Liverpool, and they were very young, and then they came to London, and in just a couple of years, in a very short time, their fame spread all over the world. I admire that. That's unbelievable. They also paved the way for pop music, I would say. The 60s was very, beginning of the excitement. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true indeed. For everyone watching, please let us know where you're watching from, who you are, and if you are excited to hear more. If you have already questions to ask, do go ahead and ask them. So, Chloe, do go. Start with
okay, yeah.
What to tell.
Actually, I want to use this new the feature of poll, and I want to ask the questions to the people who are listening to us. Yeah. So let's go.
Go ahead and see what you have to ask the guests who are viewing. Let's see. So in the meantime, you said your parents also listened to the Beatles. Do you have a memory from childhood that especially reminds you of the Beatles?
Sorry?
Do you have a memory from your parents that reminds you of the Beatles? Because you said you listened to it very young.
Yes, actually, yesterday they played so much in the house, and the movie yesterday that came out in last
year.
I do. Yeah, and then we had the chance actually to watch it together in London, and then I remembered all those days. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a good opportunity to watch.
Yeah.
And hear more about the Beatles. Did you like the movie?
Yeah, I liked it. It was very interesting, though.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's still on my watch list.
Yeah, you should watch it. It was very interesting.
All right, you said you had a poll for us. Let's see if we already have some answers.
Yeah, we have, I guess. Hi, people. People are saying hi.
We also have some people are already tuning in. We have Pim says, hey there. Jan says, hi, Kim and Chloe. Excited to hear all about the Beatles. Zohas says, I love the Beatles. And we have Daniela says, been twice to Liverpool Beatles story.
Oh, nice.
She's also a big fan over there.
Yeah, nice.
All right, so let's see what you have to show us.
Shall I end this poll or?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. 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 Hi, everybody. So let's start with the first slide. So we are in front of the Montague Square, number 34. This is in Marylebone. Marylebone is, I would say, West London. And London is a very, very important city in the Beatles story. We have here some Beatles fans have been to Liverpool, but Liverpool and London, very different stories. So when a Beatles tour starts, it always starts with Montague Square. This is where John Lennon lived with Yoko Ono. So in 67. And actually, this flat belongs to Ringo Starr. And Ringo Starr leased it to John Lennon. But before I will tell the story, there are exciting stories. I will ask you some other question.
All right.
Yeah. The question comes. Yeah.
In the meantime, while you're typing, we have someone else tuning in, Sire Bringo, who says hi. And Matthijs says his memory about the Beatles. His friend's dad is named Jelle and always claimed the song Yellow Submarine was made for him by the bus driver and said, Jelle, get on the bus. Or in Dutch, Jelle, stap maar in.
That's nice.
Thanks for sharing, Matthijs.
Oh, what's up? Oh. I have no idea what happened.
All right, can you try and create the poll again?
No, so happens.
Maybe we can already ask the question. And to everyone else watching, do you guys have any memory of the Beatles or a song that reminds you of something else that important that happened? Any connection to the Beatles? Which you have? Do share in the comment section and on the side of the video.
Yeah.
And there we go. It's the poll is live. So the question is, which famous singer lived here before Lennon?
It's a tricky question.
Yes, who did?
Yeah.
Let's see, there are some divided answers. David Bowie is taking the lead at the moment. Jimi Hendrix on second, and Roger Waters is having a slow incline. But people mostly think David Bowie for now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's well, and he could have lived there too. But is it the right answer? That is the question for now.
Yeah, I will wait a bit.
We have Ikram also commenting. She says singing "Hey Jude" very, very often. So I guess that's a favorite for her.
Nice, very, very nice. My favorite is Yesterday.
Yesterday. Good.
Okay.
When you see the movie, then
David Bowie is leading, but I'm very, very sorry. The right answer is not David Bowie.
Too bad.
Yeah. So the right answer is actually Jimi Hendrix, and I will come to this story. This is in poll. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jimi Hendrix lived there.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting. And before Lennon moved there, so Jimi Hendrix subletted to other friends, and they were partying.
Right.
And after a year, John Lennon moved with Yoko Ono because he was affairs with Yoko Ono. He was still married to Cynthia Lennon, and Cynthia caught them in the flats, and then the divorce trial started, and at the end of the divorce trials, a settlement of £3 million made for Cynthia Lennon. And they divorced. They lived with Yoko Ono there. And I will show you the next slide. But before that, I have to warn you, it's an adult content. So if you have kids or like a minor in front of the screen, please.
It's very explicit, so, or at least it's all natural. So a heads up when, when you're watching the next slide.
So this is John Lennon and Yoko Ono in nude shape. So they were experimenting an album. So this is the album cover of Two Virgin, and they had taken this photo in that flat. And actually, I will come to that story later in the presentation, but this relationship with Yoko Ono, this experimentation with her, led also Beatles to break up. One of the reasons why Beatles broke up. But I will come to that later. And let's go to the other slide and see who lived there before John Lennon. So
in a bit.
John Lennon, one day, I read this story everywhere. Yoko Ono is telling that, oh my God, one day our door was knocked like heavily, and then she thought it was Beatles fan. So apparently it was a couple of police in front of the door, and they are trying to get in and make some search for drugs. So after the research, so they found a couple of drugs, and you see in the pictures they took Lennon to the police station. But it was a bit suspicious because John Lennon had this statement, "Are you kidding me? I cleared all the flat because Jimi Hendrix was leaving before me. How did you think I can leave any drugs in the house?" But
if you know who lived before you.
Sorry. And apparently the police planted an evidence.
Oh.
Yeah, that police was then sued. And
all right, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And
so do you know
in the next picture you will see Jimi Hendrix in front of Montague Square.
So do you know why they planted the evidence?
I don't know. Could be everything. So they are popular back then. We are talking 67. So everything started in Liverpool in the beginning of the 60s, and 3 years long they played in the clubs of Liverpool and also in Germany, Hamburg. And then their manager, this question will come soon, so they took care of them, and they came to London, and this Beatlemania started. So I will actually go with this question back to back to you.
Okay.
When Beatles was so successful and the fame spread all over the world, the Queen Elizabeth II, still the
actual
Queen, she is there forever. She granted all Beatles fans this award called MBE, Most Excellent Order of British Empire. So this award is given to artists, to people who served for Britain. So all of them got this MBE. So my question comes.
All right. And when you're typing the question, we have some comments still from Koda. She's saying, when we were in New York with friends, we were trying to recreate the famous picture of the Beatles crossing the street. I think everyone has done this at least once. Now I'm thinking in New York or in London. Or as far as I know, maybe it can be done in London as well, in New York as well. And Joanna says, I also recreated the crossing of the street pic, but in London on Abbey Road. So I'm not sure if it also can be done in New York. And on to your question.
Yeah. Who returned his MBE? One of them returned it.
And who was that then? So we have the options of Lennon, McCartney, Starr, or Harrison.
Shall I give a hint? A very controversial.
Well, you can. Of course. What is your hint?
A very, not
Very
orthodox one.
That's the. Then I'm taking an educated guess. I am thinking it's Lennon. And I see most people go for Lennon.
I guess so, yeah. Still voting. Still Lennon is leading. Kim, I can't hear you.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Still here. So I was saying, we can end the poll. Last vote just came in, I think. So if you want to have one more vote, click now, and then we are going to stop it now.
So Lennon took the lead. Yes, it's Lennon. Lennon is the most, unorthodox one. So he wrote a letter to the Queen.
A letter to the Queen?
Yeah. Saying, so I am returning this MBE because of Britain's involvement in Vietnam War.
All right, so he made a political statement.
Yeah, so, and this, actually this letter is found in an auction.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's very interesting that this letter still exists, and they think that this letter is a draft because the ink was a bit spreaded, so they don't think Lennon just handed this type of letter to the Queen. Yeah.
It is the Queen after all.
Yeah. It's very interesting actually. So now I want to mention something very different, and maybe probably you also don't know that much about Beatles. So let's go to the other slide, and we will see what will come next.
All right, let's see what.
I don't know if any of you have been to London and saw this building. So this is the building in current stage situation. But that building was the first Apple Corporation headquarters. So, yeah. And we will come to this story afterwards because, so Beatles, they were financially acting individually. They were paying their taxes individually, and their managers, their accountants, they decided, so let's form a company and let's pay the taxes from a company. It will be more wiser. So, and they decided to form this company called Apple Corporation.
Yeah.
Sounds
interesting already.
Yeah, very interesting. So, and this is Now, in this current situation, but back then, you will be amazed now. The slide is coming. 60s, a bit psychedelic style, and they decided to paint this building. And
right, so this is what it used to look like.
Yeah, this is what it used to look like.
Ah.
This is a mural designed from Dutch people. And
hey.
And this is another thing why also Beatles a bit went to bankrupt, I would say.
Oh,
because George Harrison's wife, Patty, so she was friended with these Dutch designers, and they convinced her, let's do that, let's paint this building, it will be gorgeous, it will be the style of the 60s, it will be like a crazy, this is their headquarters. And this is a music band, they don't know how, they don't know anything about the management. And this is a very, very clear point. Back then, their manager, Brian Epstein, just died.
Oh, that was then.
Yeah, that was back then, and that was very disadvantage for Beatles, because he was very young. He had a problem with drugs, gambling, so sleeping problems, sleeping pills, and he died at the age of 34, unfortunately. And this is one of the reasons why Beatles led to break up. And no management, no nothing. The designer said, with today's money, let's pay 2 million for this mural. So they didn't think about it, so they paid 2 million.
That's quite a lot.
That's quite a lot. And even without the permission of the council, they painted this mural. And as you can imagine, what happened, after 6 months, they had to remove it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's very, very sad. So 2 million, £2 million just went away in 6 months. And now
the artist must have been very happy.
Yeah. So you see below, people are working there. So it's like a store kind of
building.
Yeah, building.
Yeah.
So they opened a store. And this store, so we will see in the next slide. So this store called Apple Store. They opened it in December 67.
Okay.
And McCartney said, so it will be a store for beautiful people, and for beautiful, they will buy beautiful things. But musicians, they don't know anything about the retail management. They didn't even have alcohol license. So in the opening night, with Eric Clapton, with all these celebrities, they all drank orange juice. So
that must be disappointing.
Another fun story. So yeah, they had to close it in 6 months again.
As well. Oh no. Oh no.
First, they had to remove the mural. It should be all white, and you see. So in the two ends, like this facade and this facade, it says Apple. And so the second, they had to close the store, and they just tell all the fans, all the friends, let's come and take everything what you want, as it was a retail store, and they just give away everything.
Oh
yeah. So
okay. So they just started giving away everything.
They give away, and that was the summer 68. That was the period. So everything started to go down for actually.
Yeah, I can imagine that everything started to lead down a very wrong path.
Unfortunately. So, but before going to the other
Slide.
slides, I will have a question for you.
Okay. And while you are gonna type the poll, we had a reaction from Goda who said she did it in New York to try and recreate the famous picture of the Beatles. And she says maybe an original is in London. It's a fun game to play globally, and it is indeed. So, if has anyone else tried to recreate the Beatles picture with the crossing path in other cities other than London, or not? And Pim is asking, is it the Apple? So from
Yeah.
the corporation. I think you'll get back to this later as well, won't you?
Yeah. And so it's coming.
All right. And the poll is up. So where was the last public concert? So the options are London Palladium, Shea Stadium, or 3 Savile Road in London. So start answering. We also have Jure tuning in, who says, "Hi Kansu." I'm gonna go for London Palladium. But most people so far have gone for 3 Savile Row.
See you. I know you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, he's saying hi.
It's good to see you. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So votes are coming in. Is kind of stuck now. I'd say go ahead and try to submit your answer by now, because then we're going to close the poll in a bit already. Any last voters coming in? I think.
Okay, it's the like.
And the answer is
fifth London Palladium leads.
Yeah. That's the answer.
No.
No.
No. In the next slide, you will see probably the answer.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then I'd say let's go ahead to the next slide.
So, the rooftop concert in Savile Row 3, January 69. That was the last public concert. So after the Baker Street, where I showed you before, so that was the first headquarters. Then they moved to another building next to Baker Street. And this is the third and the final stop for Apple Corporation. It's a big building, and every floor they were offices of Beatles. And now it's Abercrombie and Fitch store, and I like it. And when my guests are coming, I'm like saying them, okay, now I will lead you. I will take you to Abercrombie and Fitch store. They're like, why? So that's the last concert, the rooftop concert. Unfortunately, we cannot go to the roof, but if you go in, so you will see in the next slide what you will see. And this is the good for the. So I'm sorry. Let's go to the next slide. So you will see the guitars of Lennon and McCartney, and they are so kind and presenting them. So you go in, on the left-hand side, you see the both guitars, and they also sell merchandise. And I find it very fascinating, actually. And there is a story. So they just spontaneously decided to go to the rooftop and make this concert. Very spontaneous. They didn't plan anything. And again,
so there was also no media or promotion beforehand?
Nothing. And again, they didn't have any permission from the police and council.
Of course.
Yeah, they are a bit bad with this situation. So yeah, and of course, in 10 minutes, the police came. So the Savile Row is actually where the building is. It's a very narrow street, and the traffic stopped. The police came. So the employees didn't want to let the police to the rooftop, but they had to. This is the police, and so yeah, the police came. They didn't care. They played, and so like 45 minutes, and then they had to stop the concert. And this is the last public concert of Beatles. Yeah,
very, very sad.
yeah, and people they stopped the traffic, and people started to get off the cars, and they started to listen to music. Yeah.
But could you hear it very well then, you think, from above the roof to...
I think so.
Just put it on
probably
full
they
volume.
used the very, high volume speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about concerts, I have another question.
All right. That's a very good way to stop, like, not really to stop, but to have your final concert, have a spontaneous one, and just go with it. So has everyone heard from this last concert? I think you all have, probably. Pim is also asking, by the way, what's your favorite Beatles song? And I think you already said that was Yesterday.
Yes.
Is there a runner-up or any other songs that
Here
are
Comes the
particularly...
Sun, I guess.
Here Comes the Sun. That's also a good one.
Now it's coming for you.
Right. So the other poll, what's your favorite Beatles song? So 4 questions, 4 options here. Let It Be, Penny Lane, Here Comes the Sun, or Yesterday. So pick your favorites. I think I'm gonna go for... Ooh, they're all good.
Yeah, they're all good.
They're all good. If your answer is not there, do comment it in the comment section to share what your favorite one is. Penny Lane and Let It Be are pretty much running up, are even. And Here Comes the Sun is taking a lead. They are, what I said, they're all good. So I don't think there's a winner here.
Yesterday is the most covered in the world. 2000.
I've heard that, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And
that's impressive.
And McCartney is I think, and beside all these rappers and all that, the most richest rock star, approximately 1 billion.
Oh, yeah, oh.
1 billion net worth.
Yeah, you can do a lot with that.
Let It Be leading. Okay, I will end the poll.
Yes, we have Carla still commenting something. She says that her favorite song is Something, but she picked Yesterday in this poll.
Did you watch the Yesterday movie? Did we ask?
I personally haven't seen it yet, but I still really want to see it. So I hope maybe somewhere this week.
Yeah.
And everyone watching, have you seen Yesterday, the movie? And what do you think of it? Would you watch it again, or didn't think it was that good? Imagine living in a world without Beatles songs.
Yeah. Yesterday's there's a story. So he was living, Paul McCartney, with a girlfriend, so in London house. So he is the only one who lived in London actually before John Lennon. John Lennon was before not living before in Montague Square. He was living in south of London. So, and he is who lives the only one in central London. So, and he dreamed about Yesterday. In the dream, the melody, and then
came to him.
Woke up. He didn't want to forget it, and he went immediately to piano and
started writing it, composing it. Yeah.
So
wow.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
Yeah.
Imagine just dreaming about songs and then making a hit out of it.
I know.
That's a good way to earn money.
So yeah, I think before I come to Abbey Road, the last bit of Beatles, I will tell you this. Probably you all know, but when they were very famous, I'm talking about 66 now, John Lennon gave this interview to London, one of the most famous London newspaper called Evening Standard. That was a bit problematic. You know that? Do you know that interview?
I think I might know what you're talking about.
Yeah, now we are popular than Jesus.
Yeah, that's the one.
Bomb.
That's how you get people angry.
Yeah, this is how people get angry. This is how we also people in America, because they have a huge fan in America. So they canceled all the concerts. So they picketed the concerts in America because a couple of organizations, they didn't cancel all the tour, but Brian Epstein was then alive and he had a bit trouble. And he told Lennon, "Hey, you have to back cycle. You have to go to the public and apologize for this statement."
Did he apologize in the end?
He did.
All right.
I didn't want to mention this. I didn't want to say this. But this is all, because you are young. You are young and you are so famous. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, you make stupid decisions and regret it later. But yeah, when he apologized, I'm not sure if that made any difference in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's now he's popular with this statement. So, and when he was shot in New York in front of the apartment in the 1980, there are so many rumors about it. Like he was very religious, the one who shot him, but it's never confirmed. So we don't know why he shot him.
That's also tragic.
Very tragic.
Before we move on, we had a comment from Mihaela. She says that she had seen yesterday, but didn't find it very good. And Sarah Bringo was asking if Lennon did apologize, and we already got our answer to that. And also, we got a donation from Paul, €5.
Oh, nice.
So if anyone else wants to give a donation, we have the pink donate button on withlocals.tv or go to withlocals.live to donate some to Chloe.
So yes. I guess we can go to the other slide. I can show you the other slide.
Go ahead.
And so
here's Apple.
Yeah. That's before going to the Abbey Road, there's a dispute between the real Apple, and I mean not real Apple, the Apple Inc. So Steve Jobs and the Apple Corporation. So these disputes are going back and forth from the 70s and 60s, and the Apple Corporation, the Beatles, they suited the Apple Inc. for using the logo, and so they got a huge amount of money, first couple of millions, and then $20 million, and then in 2000s, because of iTunes, they sued, but that was unsuccessful. This is the reason, I guess, why Apple also founded iTunes, because they wanted to take the trademark,
the rights to play music as well.
So now they're in good shape, Apple and Apple Corporation. But if right now when we say Apple, so everyone knows the Apple. So yeah.
So does Apple Corporation still exist?
Yeah. They still exist.
All right. So what do they do now, actually?
They have the rights of the merchandises. So, and still the songs.
All right.
Yeah.
That's also, yeah.
That's an interesting dispute, actually. Yeah, so now my last part of the tour will be Abbey Road. And this is the most famous one. When all the travelers come to London, they are like, let's go to Abbey Road. Let's see the zebra.
Yeah, that's, I think, one of the most iconic things to do or to see.
Yeah, it's
when you think about the Beatles.
Yeah. So when they recorded it, they were in a very, not in a peaceful situation. It was August 69. They recorded the album, and it was McCartney's idea. Let's go to the zebra and take photos. So police came, the photographer came, the police stopped the traffic for 10 minutes. They took back-to-back photos, and they selected these famous photos. So John Lennon is leading, followed by Starr, McCartney, and Harrison. Did you notice something?
Not something particular.
So McCartney is barefoot.
Oh yes, I do notice that now.
Yeah, so, and that led to the myth. Oh, McCartney is dead.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
that's that. Something was up with that.
Yeah, and do you see the car, the Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle on the left-hand side? So the license plate we cannot see here, but starts with 28. So all the fans made up this story. Oh, the license start with 28. So if McCartney would have lived, he would have been 28 years old. So, and this myth going on, across the world, and they had to come out and make the statement. No, McCartney is alive. He's not dead. But this is, this is a huge marketing. This is a marketing success. They didn't it on purpose, but
it did help.
Yeah, it did help. So yeah, it's clearly did help. And that license plate was sold in an auction. Yeah, and this car is now in a museum in Germany.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, they really
and
put an effort in conserving that.
Yeah, definitely. So and the album Abbey Road is released in September '69, and it was a huge success in America as well.
Is this the best known album?
I think so. Everyone knows Abbey Road, and last year I had so many tours because it was the 50th anniversary.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it was released in '69, so 2019, and we will see in the next slides. So the not this one. This is the Abbey Road right now without the Beatle, but in the next one, this is the Abbey Road Studios. So Abbey Road Studios was actually founded in 30s by Universal Music, and it was a very, very famous studios back then.
So it's already very old.
Very old, very old. And this is the world's largest recording studio. This is purpose-built, built for a recording studio. And this is very large, and you can see all the chairs and all that. This is for orchestras as well. London
Symphony, wanted to ask.
So London Symphony, Royal Philharmonic, they go to the Abbey Road and they record all their album here. And also, out of 210 songs, Beatles recorded 190 songs in the studio. So it is related with actually Beatles, and that's why they changed the studio's name to commemorate the Abbey Road. So that's a very huge gesture, actually.
Oh yeah.
And so, unfortunately, in the 2000s, early 2000s, there was a dispute between Abbey Road Studios and some real estate companies. So they wanted to destroy the studios and build luxury flats, because that
Of
happens
course.
in London often.
Mm-hmm.
And what the government did, they protected Abbey Road Studios, and
Oh
now
wow.
it's a national heritage. So you cannot destroy Abbey Road Studios anymore. So it,
That's good. That's
yeah,
a good thing then.
yeah, it's protected, and also the zebra also protected.
Really?
Yeah, so
Piece of road.
yeah, so you cannot remove the zebra.
Why? Wow, that they wanted to destroy the largest recording studio.
Yeah, because the location is prime location.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice equation. So there are also it's kind of a luxury neighborhood, I would say. So,
Okay.
but the government protected both. Um, Also, it was opened by the British composer Elgar in 30s, like I said. Pink Floyd recorded all the songs here. And also, like I said, LSE, the London Symphony Orchestra, made a couple of,
Lots
yeah.
lots of performances.
Yeah.
Or like recordings.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Before we move on again, we have a question coming in from Valentina, who is asking if you do the tour for real as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the last year, I started doing it more often, but I started like 3 years ago.
All right.
Yeah. So this year, actually, my plan was to make the 50th anniversary of their breakup.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. That would be the other question. Let's ask us.
All right.
Before the last slide is coming.
I'm not sure if you already gave away a hint then, but we shall see. Let's see. There haven't been any other questions in the meantime, but if you still do have any questions for Chloe, feel free to drop them in the comment section and I will ask them for you. All right, we have a poll coming up in a bit with a new question from Chloe, so get ready to think and answer. What do you think is the right answer? So when did McCartney announce their breakup in 1970? Is that the 10th of April, the 12th of April, or the 11th of April? This is going to be an educated guess for me, but let's go for the 12th of April, I think. So how would you, what were you thinking about doing for having their breakup tour? Actually,
yeah. I was thinking to take them to all the locations they played, like they recorded, and yeah, where they lived, because we have a limited time here, so I cannot show everywhere here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe in the following months, who knows?
Yeah, let's fingers crossed that things will get better a bit more, and that's safe, of course, to do tours again. And for everyone watching, if you are interested in booking Chloe or are traveling to London, you can book her and see which experiences she has on our website in the link that's in the comment section. So this will go to her profile and you can ask her anything else you want to know by giving her a chat message or booking a tour with her. if you're safe to travel or are in London already. And let's see, we have a few more votes coming in. But we have the 10th of April and the 12th of April, both as the most chosen answer. And John from London is also tuning in right now. Also another With Locals London host.
Hello. Okay,
all right.
Shall I stop the...
Yes, let's do that.
So the right answer is 10th of April.
So I was wrong with my 12th of April, sadly.
Okay, let's go to the other slide. And this is Abbey Road Studios. This is
what it currently looks like.
Yeah. This is the outside of the studios. There is also a merchandise shop if you want to shop anything related to Beatles. And yeah, so the next slide would be, unfortunately, the
breakup.
Like I mentioned, there are so many reasons, but I wrote there a couple of important ones. McCartney and John Lennon was the leading figures. They were the songwriters, but also Harrison came up with the songwriting, and it was a problem in the group. The other one is the John Lennon's relationship with Yoko Ono. They wanted to go with a solo album. I showed you. But I think personally, also this lacking of management, because Brian Epstein was like their, heart.
Because they did get a new manager, or not, after his death.
They not like Brian Epstein. They changed management, the accountants, and everyone who was in charge, they want to abuse them. So and they were lacking in this business. So
there's also not a lot of trust then.
Businessmen
from their side.
Unfortunately. And in April 70, they announced their breakups. And very interestingly, their last studio album, Let It Be, it came out after this announcement in May.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in May 70.
So why was that?
They recorded beforehand, but they couldn't release it because of all these disputes between them.
So then it had some delay, but they still wanted to then publish it or release it.
So still, Ringo Starr and McCartney are alive. John Lennon died, unfortunately, in front of his apartment.
Sadly.
Guy, they shot him. And Harrison from cancer. So still McCartney, like I said, very rich.
He's getting all. So he's also involved with some more Beatles related things, right?
Yeah, he is. He's also going solo. And still in London, when you come to London and you are a music fan, Beatles fan, rock fan, you go to that tour. You go to Abbey Road, you take your picture, and you go to the store and buy some stuff.
Yeah, you make sure to remember the Beatles.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I hope all enjoyed my tour. So this is what I did from home. But I hope you enjoyed it.
I thought it was very interesting. I really learned some new things and heard lots of stuff about the Beatles that I didn't know about. I think the amount of times I've said "whoa" the past hour, really noted that. So thanks so much for sharing all the information you had and everything you know about the Beatles, Chloe.
Yeah.
For everyone at home, you can book a tour via the link that we already put in the comment section. So check it out if you have more questions or want to know anything else regarding tours or yeah, whatever. You can send her a chat message there as well. If you have any more questions in the chat, ask them now. But we will say goodbye to Chloe soon. So thanks so much, Chloe, for joining us today. And
Thank you.
special thanks to everyone who was watching. Thanks for your questions and your comments and sharing what you know about the Beatles. So we will, as we have been using polls a bit more in this live stream, I will end with one right now. See, because did you enjoy this live stream? I would like to know. It's a simple poll. Say yes or a no, and you can do so now. So yeah, check out our other live streams. If you scroll down a bit with locals.tv, you can see the other things that we've done so far. And if you would like to see more live streams like this, we can also add another poll in a bit, and we can check your answers there as well. Do also check out the website with locals.com, and there's lots more tours to see there. Also online experiences where you can book more with other hosts everywhere around the world. So yes, 5 people let us know that they liked the live stream. And let's see, for our last poll of this live stream, did you do you want to see more of these? And let's see. Go ahead and vote. Good, that's a yes. For now, I would like to thank you all again for watching, and let's hope we will see you at our next live stream.